Have you ever heard of a world where raindrops shimmer like diamonds, where butterflies wear glitter instead of dust, and where even the stars have perfectly blended eyeshadow? That world exists, hidden behind a swirl of clouds and moonlight, called Azura, the blue fairy tale world. Azura wasn't just blue in color, it was blue in spirit, calm, dreamy, and full of soft, glowing magic. The air smelled of lavender mist, and rivers reflected light like melted sapphires. But the most beautiful thing about Azura wasn't its castles or clouds. It was the fairy who kept it all shining. Her name was Lunabelle, known to everyone as the makeup fairy of Azura. She was no ordinary fairy. Her wings sparkled with shifting shades of silver blue, her hair rippled like starlight silk, and her voice was as soft as the whisper of a makeup brush. She lived in a floating palace made of crystal compacts and jeweled mirrors, surrounded by enchanted beauty tools that danced in midair. Each morning, before the sun rose, Lunabelle would open her golden case and release colors into the sky. She'd dip her brushes into pots of shimmering shadow and paint sunrise across the clouds, rose on the horizon, gold on the edges, a touch of highlighter where the light kissed the sky. She wasn't just painting colors, she was painting feelings, a soft blue for peace, a glowing coral for courage, a dusting of silver for hope. Every living thing in Azura wore her magic. Flowers sparkled with blush, rivers gleamed with gloss, and even the moon carried a perfect glow thanks to her nightly touch. One morning, Lunabelle awoke to something strange. Her brushes lay still. Her palettes looked pale. And when she peeked out her window, the sky was grey. The rivers had lost their shine, the flowers were dull, and even her reflection looked faded. It was as if someone had erased all beauty from the world. Then came a voice, a cold whisper from the shadows. Beauty is a lie, and lies deserve no color. Lunabelle turned and saw a tall figure standing in her mirror. It was the color thief, a spirit made of smoke and envy. He had stolen every hue from Azura because he could not see his own reflection. Only darkness. Without color, Azura began to fade away. Creatures grew tired, the skies dimmed, even laughter felt heavy. But Lunabelle's heart still glowed with one thing the color thief didn't have: love for her world. So she took her last drop of shimmer, kept safe in a tiny crystal vial, and whispered to her brushes, "Let there be light, even in the gray." With that, she set off across the silent blue realm, determined to bring color back. Her first stop was the Valley of Mirrors, where reflections wept because they could no longer see beauty. There she met a crying raindrop fairy named Nivi. "My wings used to sparkle," Nivi sobbed. "Now they're dull." Lunabelle smiled gently and took out her brush. She mixed courage, kindness, and a tear of laughter, and brushed it across Nivi's wings. They shimmered again, glowing faintly blue. "That's not just color," Lunabelle told her. "It's your confidence." It was never truly gone. Word spread that the makeup fairy was bringing light back to the world. Soon, sprites, mermaids, and even wind spirits began to follow her, each helping her find the stolen shades hidden in forgotten places. The blush of joy was trapped in a cave of echoes. The shadow of mystery was sealed in a broken music box. The glow of love slept in a pearl at the bottom of the sea. With every shade she recovered, Azura grew brighter. At last, Lunabelle reached the Hall of Mirrors, where the color thief hid. The walls shimmered with reflections of sadness, jealousy, and pain. "Why do you take beauty from others?" Lunabelle asked. The shadow's voice trembled. "Because I was born from the mirror that no one looked into. I was never beautiful. I was never seen." Lunabelle walked closer. Instead of fighting, she opened her compact, the one that held her final spell, and said softly, "Then let me show you what beauty truly is." She dipped her brush into the color of compassion, the rarest hue of all, and painted a single streak across his dark form. The gray began to fade. Underneath the shadow's surface, light shimmered, deep blue and soft gold. The color thief gasped as his reflection appeared for the first time. Not perfect, not flawless, but real. "You were never colorless," Lunabelle whispered. "You just forgot your own light." And with that, the mirrors cracked open, not from breaking, but from bursting with color. Blues, pinks, purples, and golds swirled through the air like fireworks, restoring every corner of Azura. From that day on, Azura was more beautiful than ever, not just on the surface, but in spirit. The color thief became the guardian of shades, protecting every hue from fading again. And Lunabelle, she continued to rise before dawn, painting skies and souls with her magical makeup brushes. But now, she painted not only with color, but with kindness. It's said that when you see a sunset glowing with extra shimmer, it's Lunabelle finishing her masterpiece in the clouds, reminding the world that beauty isn't about how you look, it's about how you make others feel.